Imagine this. Trading your daily commute for, I don't know, a walk through some ancient market somewhere.
Yeah.
Your office building for maybe a co-working spot looking out over this brilliant blue ocean.
Sounds amazing.
Right. Swapping the same old routine for a life that's just bursting with adventure, cultural discovery, maybe the sound of foreign languages all around you. I mean, the pull of expat life, it's pretty strong, isn't it?
Absolutely. That chance to really dive deep into somewhere totally new.
Yeah, the exotic smells, the street food, something totally fresh around every corner. It's exciting.
It really is.
But, for so many people, that dream just kind of stays a dream. It feels like it's tied down by these big fears. Money, stability, the unknown, just the sheer hassle of moving everything.
The logistics.
Yeah. Exactly. But what if those fears aren't quite the monsters they seem? So our mission today for this deep dive is to really get into the realities of becoming an expat. We're going to try and debunk some myths, face those challenges, head on, and really look at the huge transformative benefits. We've got some great sources to draw on here. Think of this as your shortcut to getting properly informed.
And it's a path more people are actually taking than ever before. It's fascinating when you look at the scale of global migration right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at estimates of around 281 million international migrants worldwide in 2025.
Wow, 281 million.
Yeah, I mean, but put that in perspective, that's like 3.6% of the entire global population.
Yeah.
So this isn't some tiny niche thing anymore. It's a huge global trend, and honestly, it's probably more accessible than you might think.
That number is. Yeah, it's staggering. It definitely shifts the perspective from like a fantasy to something real. But let's be honest, stepping out into the unknown like that, it's scary.
Of course.
So looking at the sources, what's the biggest thing holding people back? Is it really just that fear of what might happen?
It's definitely right up there. Those questions like, what if I fail? Or what if I get incredibly homesick?
Yeah.
They can totally paralyze you.
Yeah, I can see that.
And our sources consistently show homesickness and loneliness are among the biggest challenges expats face, especially at the start.
Right.
It's natural to feel like an outsider when you first land, and that feeling gets amplified because you're leaving behind your whole support network, your job, your routines.
Everything familiar.
Exactly. And then you add language barriers on top of that, and suddenly even simple daily tasks feel huge, and making connections takes, well, longer. It's a real hurdle, no doubt, but the data also shows people push through it.
Okay, so beyond the emotional side, there's the money. That looms large for almost everyone, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Quitting a steady job, figuring out healthcare, taxes, just affording daily life somewhere else, it sets off alarms. Is that financial fear as big a deal as it seems? Or is it often based on misunderstandings?
That's a great question. And yes, the sources suggest those fears are often a bit overblown. Many people seriously underestimate how affordable some expat destinations can be. Yeah, for example, countries like Vietnam or Colombia keep coming up. Places where you can live quite comfortably on, say, $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
That little for everything.
Yeah, covering rent, food, utilities, often offering a quality of life that might tough to achieve back home on a similar budget. It's a real eye-opener for many.
And then there's the red tape, the bureaucracy, visas, legal stuff. Sounds like a nightmare.
It can seem that way.
Is it as bad as it looks, or are there ways around it?
Well, it's definitely a common perception. And yeah, bureaucracy can be tricky. But there are absolutely strategies to tackle it. Good preparation is just crucial.
Like what kind of prep?
Like really digging into research about your chosen destinations.
Yeah.
Actively connecting with expat communities.
Yeah.
Reddit, Facebook groups, forums. These places are gold mines for practical advice.
So tap into the hive mind.
Exactly. Consult resources, talk to people who've done it. And what's really telling is this 2025 survey finding, 70% of expats actually report higher life satisfaction after the move.
70%, despite the hurdles.
Despite the initial struggles. Yeah. It really drives home the idea that the fear isn't just a barrier. It's almost the energy source for the transformation. Facing those anxieties actually pushes you to grow in ways you wouldn't otherwise.
That's a really powerful way to look at fear. Not a stop sign, but fuel. Okay, building on that, let's really tackle this idea that you need a fortune saved up. It feels weird to say, but with costs rising so much at home, maybe living abroad is cheaper sometimes. What do the sources say about affordability?
This is where the numbers can be genuinely surprising. Our sources point to some really compelling, affordable hotspots for 2025.
Okay, give me some examples.
All right, take Ecuador. Average monthly expenses are around $1,200 for a decent lifestyle. Or think about Chiang Mai in Thailand. You could live well there for about $1,000 a month.
Wow.
And if you're dreaming of the beach, places like Playa del Carmen in Mexico, you can find that lifestyle for under $1,500 a month. And that often includes factoring in healthcare costs.
Okay, healthcare. That's a big one. Always comes up. How do expats handle that? What do the sources say?
It's a totally valid concern. But often the reality is better than people fear. Many popular destinations actually offer high-quality healthcare that's surprisingly affordable.
Like,
Portugal, for instance, gets mentioned a lot for its excellent public healthcare system, which expats can often access once they become residents. So it's not always about needing super expensive private plans.
right.
Taxes, obviously, vary wildly. That needs research. But there are even potential advantages, like digital nomad visas in places like Malaysia offering favorable tax situations for remote workers. That can really make a
So
difference.
planning is key.
Absolutely. Using budgeting tools, cost of living comparison sites like Numbeo, that kind of homework, is invaluable for realistic planning.
But even with the finances sorted, the career part, starting over professionally sounds daunting. Maybe lower pay at first or a total reset? That must stop people.
It definitely can give people pause, but, the whole world of work has shifted so much.
Remote work, yeah.
Exactly. That's been a massive game changer. We're talking over 40 million digital nomads globally in 2025. That allows for much smoother career transitions for a lot of people. You might not even need to quit your current job.
Just change the scenery.
Pretty much. But one piece of advice comes up again and again. Build a safety net, a savings buffer of, say, 6 to 12 months of living expenses.
Ah, the cushion.
Yeah, that cushion gives you breathing room. It provides security during that initial adjustment phase, stops you from panicking about money, and lets you settle in properly.
Makes sense. That buffer seems like it could be the difference between a smooth landing and a stressful scramble.
Okay, so we've tackled the hurdles, the money. Well, what's the payoff? What does this mean for the person living it? Let's shift to the rewards. Culturally, what really stand out?
Oh, the cultural immersion is just immense. It's way beyond tourism.
All right.
Think about actually trying street food every night in Bangkok,
Yeah.
or really learning Spanish because you have to use it daily in Colombia, or celebrating local festivals in Bali. Not just watching, but participating.
Being part of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. These experiences just fundamentally shift your perspective on the world in a way nothing else can. And expats tend to build these incredibly diverse groups of friends, which broadens horizons and, importantly, helps combat that initial isolation through shared, unique experiences.
Okay, and what about careers? Are there real long-term professional upsides beyond just working remotely from a beach?
Definitely. Lots of people move specifically for promotions or international roles.
Mhm.
2025 is seeing a real boom in expat-friendly jobs, especially in fields like tech and finance.
Whereabouts?
Places like the UAE or Singapore, for example, have these super dynamic competitive markets. Working there adds serious global expertise to your resume, which really makes you stand out back home or anywhere else. It's about building that international professional profile.
And personally, things like better work-life balance, maybe even better health. How does that happen?
That's a huge draw for many. Costa Rica often comes up as an example of a place that really promotes wellness.
Mhm.
Beautiful natural surroundings, affordable yoga retreats readily available,
Sounds nice.
and that lower cost of living we talked about. It often frees up money not just for bills, but for travel, hobbies, savings, things that contribute to genuine well-being. It can lead to a kind of financial freedom and quality of life that feels out of reach back home. You get the headspace to actually focus on yourself.
It really sounds like moving abroad isn't just changing locations. It's like a crash course in self-discovery. You learn things about yourself you never expected.
Oh, absolutely. It's a powerful catalyst. Just navigating unfamiliar situations day in, day out builds incredible resilience and adaptability. It's essential skills these days.
Yeah, sure.
Whether it's figuring out a confusing public transport system or tackling some unexpected bit of bureaucracy, you're constantly problem solving, becoming more independent. Overcoming language slip-ups or cultural misunderstandings builds real confidence.
You have to laugh at yourself sometimes, I guess.
You do. And many expats actually stumble upon hidden passions. The classic story of the corporate type moving to Vietnam and discovering they love teaching English. Or someone starting a small business in Panama they never would have dreamed of back home.
Wow.
And it goes deeper even emotionally. Dealing with homesickness, learning genuine self-care in a new environment, it builds emotional intelligence. Studies actually back this up. Expats report something like 25% higher personal development rates.
25% higher.
Yeah, and they directly link it to facing constant new challenges. One expat summed it up perfectly, saying, "It wasn't just a move, it was a rebirth."
It wasn't just a move, it was a rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful. Let's make this even more real. Can you share a couple of quick stories from the sources and then maybe touch on the bigger global trends?
Sure. There's a great example of Sarah, who is a teacher in the U.S. She moved to Portugal in 2024. Like many, she was really worried about money, coming from a teacher's salary. But she did her homework, budgeted carefully, and found Lisbon was actually 40% cheaper for her than living in New York.
40%?
Incredible, right?
Yeah.
She had some homesickness initially, but she actively joined expat groups, built a community. Now, she freelances remotely, travels all over Europe, and says the move reignited her old passion for art. It's a great mix of planning meets embracing the new.
Nice. Another one.
Yeah, there's Mark, an engineer. He went to Vietnam mainly for the low cost of living and a different kind of experience.
Right.
He managed to live well on just $800 a month. Really dived in, learned Vietnamese, started a blog about his experiences, made amazing friends, both local and expat. His story really shows that even with definite challenges like navigating the bureaucracy, being proactive and open-minded brings huge rewards, a really rich life.
And zooming out globally, what are the big trends? Who's moving where?
Well, the numbers are really interesting. Just Americans living abroad, there are over 8 million in 2025.
8 million.
Yeah, it's a huge number. Popular spots are really varied. Mexico is massive, over 1.5 million Americans there, drawn by cost, culture, proximity. Then you have places like Germany, over 122,000 Americans,
Yeah.
often for jobs or the lifestyle.
So different reasons.
Exactly. And a key trend emerging is that more and more moves are driven by lifestyle choices, seeking a different pace, more culture, better quality of life, not just the traditional company transfer or career ladder climb.
Yeah.
People are actively chasing a different way of living.
Okay, so let me try and wrap this up for you listening. Becoming an expat, it's definitely a big leap, no question. You're trading comfort for, well, for adventure and some serious personal growth. And while those fears we talked about, money, loneliness, the unknown, they're totally real. What we've seen from the sources in this deep dive is that they seem to be consistently outweighed by the incredible benefits.
Yeah.
You know, the deep cultural immersion, the potential career boosts, and just this profound personal evolution that can genuinely change who you are.
And don't forget, with genuinely affordable places like Ecuador or Thailand out there, and this huge global community, over 281 million migrants exploring the world, is really, really open for your exploration.
Absolutely. So if you're listening and you've been thinking about a move like this, maybe the message is start today, do the research, connect with people who've done it, make a plan.
Yeah, take that first step.
And, you know, if you're looking for more incredible deep dives like this one, you should definitely visit Mind Expansion Daily. They have so much great information to help you get well-informed quickly.
Good resource.
And while you're at it, please make sure to like and subscribe to Mind Expansion Daily wherever you listen to your deep dives. It really helps us bring more of these insights to you.
Definitely helps.
We'd also love to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree with our summary of the expat journey? Leave a comment below. And tell us, where are you tuning in from? We're on a mission to expand our global reach, so let us know your location.
Yeah, it'd be great to know. And maybe this leaves you with a final thought to chew on. What hidden potential might you unlock just by changing your geographical perspective?